Hello students, now let's start our new chapter, chapter 6, Introduction to Word Processor. The main concept you are going to learn in this session, Introduction to Word Processor, formatting text and paragraph, find and replace and spell check, working with tables, enhancing and printing a document. So first let us see what is word processor. What is word processor? Word processor is a computer software to create, edit, manipulate, transmit, store and retrieve a text document. Okay. In other words, word processing is an activity carried out by a computer with suitable software to create, edit, manipulate, transmit, store and retrieve text documents. Okay. So, word processor is nothing but computer software. It is used to create, edit, manipulate, transmit, store and retrieve text documents. Okay. There are so many word processing softwares available. For example, MS Word, WPS Word, Word Pro, OpenOffice Writer, AbiWord and so on. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about OpenOffice Writer. So what is OpenOffice? OpenOffice is a protective office suite with a collection of different software packages such as OpenOffice Writer, OpenOffice Calc, OpenOffice Base, OpenOffice Impress, OpenOffice Draw, OpenOffice Formula. OpenOffice Writer is a word processor. It is used to create text documents. OpenOffice Calc is a spreadsheet. It is used to create worksheets. OpenOffice Base is a database and OpenOffice Impress is a presentation software. OpenOffice Draw is a drawing software and OpenOffice Formula is used to create formula and equations. So in this chapter we are going to see about OpenOffice Writer. Okay. So what is OpenOffice Writer? OpenOffice Writer is a word processor component of OpenOffice. Okay. It is a word processor component. It is used to create text documents. So now let us see how to create new document in OpenOffice Writer. Okay. So first you have to click on the start button and select all programs option. After that select OpenOffice. After that select OpenOffice Writer. This is one way. Another way is just double click on the OpenOffice icon on the desktop. Now welcome screen will appear on your screen. The opening screen is called Star Sender. After that you have to create text document. If you want to create text document, you have to select options File, New, Text Document. Otherwise you can use keyboard shortcut Ctrl+N keys. It is also used to open a new text document. Okay. So when you are giving like this, the new document window will appear on your screen. This is the document window. Next topic is parts of Writer window. The OpenOffice Writer window has many parts. What are they? Title bar, menu bar, standard toolbar, formatting toolbar, ruler, workspace and status bar. So now let us discuss them one by one. First see about title bar. This is the title bar. This title bar is displayed at the top of the window which displays the name of the document and its application. Its default name is Untitled 1. Okay. In this title bar, see the right corner control buttons are available. What are they? Minimize button, maximize or restore button and close button. Okay. When you click minimize button, it shrinks your document window smaller in size and shows it as a small button on the taskbar. To restore it in its original size, place your mouse pointer on the OpenOffice button which is available on the taskbar. You can view your document as miniature and when you click on the button, your document is restored to its original size. Next, maximize button. When you click maximize button, your document window is displayed in full screen. When it is in full screen, the maximize button is changed to restore. When you click restore button, the document window regains to its original size. Next, close button. This button is called close button. When you click this button, the application is closed and OpenOffice returns back to the desktop. This red colored close button may also be called as exit or quit. Next, let us see about menu bar. The menu bar is available under the title bar, which comprises various menus consist of various options. What is the use of file menu? The file menu contains various options for file management tasks such as new, open, close, save, save as, print, export, etc. And next, edit menu. Edit menu contains cut, copy, paste, undo, redo options. Okay. And next, view menu. View menu contains options that is used to modify the environment of the writer such as display of toolbar, web layout, print layout, navigator, etc. And next, insert menu. This insert menu contains commands for inserting various elements such as pictures, tables, charts, commands, headers, footers, special characters, etc. And the next menu is format menu. The format menu contains the options of various text and page formatting features like page size, layout, font characteristics, bullets and numbering, etc. And next, see about table menu. Table menu contains various tools to manage and manipulate tables such as to create a table, insert rows, insert columns, split cells, merge cells, etc. And next, tool menu. This tool menu contains various tools and functions such as spell check, macros, mail merge, endnotes or footnotes, etc. And next, window menu. This windows menu shows display options such as new window, close windows, split and freeze. And next, help menu. This help menu displays the inbuilt help features in OpenOffice. Next, let us see about toolbar. Under the menu bar, two toolbars are available by default. They are standard toolbar, formatting toolbar. What do you mean by standard toolbar? This toolbar is just below the menu bar, which consists of shortcut icons for frequently performed tasks. There are many shortcut icons like cut, copy, paste, undo, etc. In formatting toolbar, formatting icons are available like bold, underline, italics, font type, font color, etc. Okay. Next, ruler. This is the ruler. The ruler is a scale below the formatting toolbar which shows the margins. There are two sets of rulers, horizontal ruler and vertical ruler. Horizontal ruler is used to set left and right margins of page, and vertical ruler is used to set top and bottom margins of the page. Okay. Next, workspace. The workspace is a blank area which is used to type the content of the file. If you want to type any content, you have to write in this workspace. Okay. A flashing vertical bar that appears at the beginning of the screen, which is called as insertion pointer. Next, let us see about status bar. The status bar is at the bottom of the window, which shows the current status of the document such as number of pages, current page number, default language and so on. Next topic is entering the text. Once a new document is opened, the text can be typed in the blank area of the screen, which means workspace. As the text is typed, they appear on the screen and the flashing vertical bar called the insertion pointer moves to the right. When the text reaches at the end of the line, the word is automatically wrapped to the next line. This feature in any word processor is known as word wrap. You no need to press enter key at the end of each line. The enter key should be pressed only at the end of the paragraph or when a blank line is to be inserted. When a page is filled up, OpenOffice Writer automatically creates a new page. Okay. Next topic is moving within a document. Here some of the shortcut keys are given to move in the text document. To move one character right, you have to use this key. To move one character left, you have to use left arrow key. And this is up arrow. It is used to move one line up. This is used to move one line down arrow. Okay. And next, control plus right arrow, one word right, and control plus left arrow, one word left. one paragraph up, control plus up arrow, control plus down, one paragraph down. If you want to go the beginning of the line, you have to press home key, and if you want to go the end of the line, you have to press end key. If you want to go beginning of the document, you have to press control plus home keys. If you want to go to the end of the document, you have to press control plus end keys. If you want to move one cell to the right, you have to press tab key. And if you want to move one cell to the left, you have to press shift plus tab keys. To scroll one screen up, you have to press page up key. And if you want to scroll one screen down, you have to press page down key. Okay. These are the keyboard shortcuts to moving within a document. Okay. Next, saving the document. If you want to save your document, you can use 3 ways to save your document. What are they? First option is file save option. Second option is file save as options. Third option is control plus S option. If you are giving any one of these options, the save as dialog box will appear on the screen like this. And next, select a location to store your document. Local disk D, E, F. You can select any location that you want to save. After that, type your document name in the file name box. And next, click save button. Once your file is saved, your document name will be displayed on the title bar. All the documents in OpenOffice Writer will be stored with the extension .odt. Okay, .odt. Next topic is closing a document. After your document is saved, it is still open, so you can continue typing your document. When the work is finished, you should save the document and then close the document using 2 options. What are they? File close option. Otherwise, press keyboard shortcut keys control plus W. Okay. Next topic is editing a document. Once a document is typed, it can be edited in many ways. If there is some insertions or deletions, it can be done while typing or after typing also. Okay. Corrections can be made in 2 different ways. What are they? Using backspace key and using delete key. What is the use of backspace key? It is used to delete the character to the left of the insertion pointer. What is the use of delete key? It is used to delete the character to the right of the insertion pointer. Okay. Next topic is selecting text. You can select text in a document using 3 ways. Selection using mouse, selection using keyboard, selection using shortcut keys. Okay. Let us discuss them one by one. To select the text using mouse, first you have to move the insertion pointer to the beginning of the text and hold down the left mouse button and drag it across the text. After that, release the mouse button when the required portion of text is selected. The selected text will be highlighted. Okay. Next, to select the text using keyboard, first you have to move the insertion point to the beginning of the text. After that, hold the shift key from the keyboard and use the movement keys, which means left arrow, right arrow and up, down arrows. Okay. Use that movement keys to drag across the required portion. Okay. Hold on the shift key and use movement keys to drag across the required portion. When the required portion is selected, then release the shift key. The selected text will be highlighted. Okay. And the next, shortcut keys helps to select the text quickly and easily. If you want to select only one word, you have to just double click on the word. That word will be selected. And if you want to select the entire document, you have to press Ctrl plus A keyboard shortcut from the keyboard. Okay. And the next topic is moving and copying text. Here moving means cut operation and copying means copy operation. Okay. So what is the difference between cut and copy operations? This cut and copy operations are used to move a text from one location to another location. But the difference is, In cut operation, the text is removed from the source location and placed in the new location. Okay. But in copy operation, the text will be available in original location, which means source location, and the new location also. Okay. You can cut the required text using 3 ways. What are they? First way is click on the edit menu and select cut option. That is one option. And next option is click cut icon from the toolbar. And third option is press keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl plus X keys. Okay. Next, copy. You can copy the required text from one location to another location by using 3 ways. First way is click on the edit menu and select copy option. Otherwise, click this icon from the toolbar. Otherwise, select shortcut keys from the keyboard Ctrl plus C keys. Okay. Next, paste operation. To paste the text to a new location after cut or copy process, you can use 3 ways. What are they? First way is click on the edit menu and select paste option. Otherwise, click this paste icon from the toolbar. Otherwise, select keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl plus V keys. Okay. So then the required text is copied to the new location. Okay. And next, undo operation. It is used to cancel the previous operation that was performed. Okay. You can do undo operation by using 3 ways. What are they? First, you have to click on the edit menu and select undo option. Otherwise, click this icon from the toolbar. Otherwise, select shortcut keys Ctrl plus Z keys. Okay. Next, help system in Writer. OpenOffice Writer provides several forms of help. By pressing F1 key from the keyboard or select help from the menu bar, the help window appears on your screen. Next topic is text formatting. What do you mean by text formatting? Changing the default appearance of the text, like changing the font type, size, color, style, etc. are called as text formatting. Changing the default appearance of the text is called text formatting. OpenOffice Writer offers a number of choices for formatting, such as bold, italic, defining the font type, font size, underline, and so on. Almost all the formatting options are available under the Format menu. Okay. So now let us see about changing font style, size and color. The default font type is Times New Roman, and the type of font can be changed by using font type icon. So default font type is what? Times New Roman. The default size of font is 12 points. You can change the size of font by clicking on the font size icon. Okay. And the default font color is black. If you want to change the font color, you can click font color icon. Okay. And next, other operations are bold, italic, underline. Bold operation is used to make the text bold. Its icon is B and its shortcut key is Ctrl plus B. And italics means it is used to italicize the text. Its icon is I. And next, its shortcut keys are Ctrl plus I. Next operation is underline. It is used to underline the given text. Its icon is U. Its shortcut keys are Ctrl plus U. Next, let us see about paragraph formatting. A paragraph is any text that ends with a hard written. A hard written is accomplished anytime you press the enter key. What is paragraph alignment? Paragraph alignment or justification refers to the way in which the lines of paragraph are aligned. Paragraph alignments lets you to control the appearance of individual paragraphs. Okay. So now let us see about 4 types of paragraph alignments. What are they? Left, right, center, justified. Left alignment is used to align the paragraph with respect to the left margin. Okay, this is the icon. This is the shortcut keys. Ctrl plus L. And the next one is right alignment. It is used to align the paragraph with respect to the right margin. This is the icon. This is the shortcut key. Ctrl plus R. Next, center alignment. It is used to align the paragraph with respect to the center of the page. This is the icon. And next, this is the shortcut keys. Ctrl plus E. Next alignment is justified. This is used to align the paragraph with the respect to both left and right margin. Okay, this is the icon. This is the shortcut keys, which means Ctrl plus J. Next topic is indenting text. Indent is the distance from the left and right margin of a paragraph. Indent is what? Indent is the distance from the left and right margin of a paragraph. It is used to improve the efficiency and readability of the paragraph, and it makes the paragraph look more attractive. Okay. The text will be indented by pressing the tab key on the keyboard. Okay. By pressing tab key on the keyboard. And the next topic is bullets and numbering. Bullets and numbering are used to emphasize list of things and makes the list easy to read and follow. It provides an excellent way to segregate list and organize information to the reader. You can control the appearance or format a bulleted or numbered list. To apply bullets, you have to select the text first. After that, click on the format menu, select bullets and numbering options. When you are selecting this option, the bullet and numbering dialog box will display on your screen. In that dialog box, you have to select bullets tab. There will be different styles of bullets are available. You have to select the required style. After that, click OK button. Now the selected text is bulleted. To apply numbering, first you have to select the text to be numbered. After that, click on the format menu and select bullet and numbering option. When you are selecting that bullet and numbering option, the bullets and numbering dialog box will be displayed on your screen. In that dialog box, select numbering type tab. In that tab, different styles of numbering are displayed. You have to click on the particular style that you want. After that, select OK button. Okay. Now the selected text is numbered. Okay. Next, page formatting. The most important thing in a word processor is how to format the page elements such as margins, numbering, page layout, headers and footers. Formatting your page makes it look more attractive and make it easier to read. Okay. For that, first you have to select the page to be resized and select format menu and select page option. The page style dialog box appears on the screen. In that dialog box, select page tab. In the paper format group, select the format like A4, legal and so on. Okay. Select the format. Otherwise, the width and height option can be used to set the page size. Okay. Next topic is changing page margins. You can change the page margin using two ways. First way is changing page margins using ruler. Second way is changing the page margin using page style dialog box. Okay. So first let us see about how to change page margins using ruler. Basically, the shaded sections of the rulers are the margins. Okay. Hold the mouse pointer over the line between the grey and white sections. The mouse pointer turns into a double-headed arrow. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to move the margin and release it at the required point. Now the new margin is set. And the second way is using the page style dialog box. To change margins using page style dialog box, first you have to right click anywhere on the page and select the page from the pop-up menu. Select the page tab of the page style dialog box. In the margins group, specify the values for left, right, top and bottom margins. Okay. After that, click OK button. Now the new margin is set. Okay. Next topic is orientation. What is page orientation? Page orientation refers to how the document will be displayed on the screen and printed. Okay. There are two different orientations. What are they? Landscape and portrait. What do you mean by landscape? The width of a document is more than height, then that is called landscape. If the width of a document is more than the height, that is called landscape. Examples are photos, invitations, albums, tables and so on. Next, let us see about portrait. What do you mean by portrait? The height of the document is more than the width, then it is called portrait. If the height of the document is more than the width, then that is called portrait. For example, books, newspapers, these things will be displayed in this format. Okay. Next topic is working with headers and footers. The header is a section of the document that appears in the top margin, which displays the title or chapter name or other name of the document. Okay. What do you mean by footer? The footer is the section of the document that appears in the bottom margin of the page, which displays the page number, date, time and so on. So in the header area, you can specify the title or chapter name or other name. Okay. In the footer area, you can specify the page number, date, time and so on. Okay. So now let us see about how to insert header and footer in the document. Okay. So first click on the insert menu and select header option. Okay. After that, select default. The header text area is separated from the normal text area. In the header area, enter the text that to be repeated in all pages or select insert fields title option. Okay. Similarly, to insert footer, select the options insert footer default. Okay. Place the insertion pointer in the footer area of the page. If you want to insert date, you have to select insert fields date option to insert date in all pages. Okay. What is find and replace? If you want to search the word in the document and replace that word with a new word, then you can use find and replace option. Okay. To search a word, you have to first click on the edit menu and select find and replace option. Otherwise, you can use keyboard shortcuts Ctrl+F keys. Okay. When you are giving these options, the find and replace dialog box will be displayed on your screen. In this dialog box, type the text that you want to find in the search for box. Okay. For example, if you want to replace the word Bombay with the new name Mumbai, first you have to write the Bombay in the search for box. In the replace with text box, you have to type the new text, which means Mumbai. That is a replacement word. Okay. After that, click find button. Now your found word is highlighted, which means Bombay is highlighted. And then if you want to replace that text with the Mumbai, click replace button. The highlighted word is replaced with the word given in the replace with text box, which means Mumbai. If that Bombay word is available in that document in many places, and if you want to change that word in all places of the document, just click the find all option. Then all the Bombay words will be highlighted, and if you want to replace that Bombay word in all places in that document, you have to just press the replace all option. All the highlighted Bombays will be changed to the Mumbai. Okay. And the next topic is spell check. Auto spell check option checks each word as it is typed and displays a wavy red line under any misspelled word. Once the word is corrected, the red wavy line disappears. This can be done by clicking the auto spell check icon. Okay. In the text document, misspelled words are underlined with the wavy red line. To correct that word, you can use this auto spell check icon. For that, first you have to right click on the word with a wavy underline. One pop-up menu appears with the suggestions. The correct words can be selected from the suggested words on the menu. The selection will replace the misspelled word with the correct word. Okay. Next topic is inserting tables. What is table? Table is nothing but it is a grid with a specified number of rows and columns. So if you want to insert tables, you can use two methods. First method is using table icon. Second method is using insert table dialog box. Okay. So first method is what? By using table icon. To insert a table quickly from the standard toolbar, first you have to place the insertion point where you want the table to appear. And next click the down arrow to the right side of the table icon. In the drop down grid, select the number of rows and columns for the table. Now the table will appear at the location of the insertion pointer. The second method is insert table dialog box. To insert table with more control over settings and properties, use insert table dialog box option. To open that dialog box, select table menu and insert table option. Okay. Otherwise, press keyboard shortcuts Ctrl plus F2 keys. When you are selecting these options, insert table dialog box will appear on your screen. In the column box, you have to select the number of columns, and in the rows box, select the number of rows, and after that click OK button. Okay. Now the table will appear at the location of the insertion pointer. Okay. Next topic is inserting rows and columns in table. To insert rows or columns inside the table, first you have to place the insertion point in the row or in the column where would you like to add new rows or columns. Okay. And then right click using mouse. Next select row insert option or column insert option. Okay. If you want to insert row, select row insert option. If you want to insert column, select column insert option. One dialog box will appear on your screen. In that dialog box, you have to select the number of rows or number of columns that you want to insert, and you can also set the position of the new rows or columns, which means before or after. Okay. Then click OK button to close that dialog box. Now the new row or column will be inserted in the table. Okay. Next topic is deleting rows and columns. If you want to delete any rows or columns from the table, first you have to place the insertion pointer in the row or column that to be deleted and right click using mouse. Select row delete option to delete row or select column delete option to delete a column. The selected row or column will be deleted. Okay. Next topic is merging and splitting cells. To merge group of cells, first you have to select the cells to merge and then right click using mouse. Then select cell merge option. Otherwise, select table merge cells from the menu bar. Okay. To split cells, you have to place the insertion pointer inside the cell and right click using mouse. Choose cell split option. Otherwise, choose table split cell option from the menu bar. And then select the direction of the split horizontally for rows or vertically for columns, as well as the total number of cells to create. Okay. Next, inserting pictures. To insert an image from a file, first you have to place the insertion point where you want image to appear. Next, select insert picture from file option from the menu bar. The insert picture dialog box will appear on your screen. In that dialog box, you have to select your desired picture. If the picture is not in that gallery, then browse the pictures from the folder. Choose the desired picture and click the open button. Now the selected picture is inserted into the document. Next topic is inserting special characters. If you want to insert special characters, place the insertion pointer in your document where you want the character to appear. Then select insert special characters option from the menu bar. The special characters dialog box will appear on your screen. In the dialog box, many special characters are available. You have to select the desired symbol. After that, click OK button. The character is inserted at the current location. Now OK. Next, inserting shapes. To insert shape, you have to click in the document where you want the drawing to be displayed and select the particular tool from the drawing toolbar. The mouse pointer changes to a crosshair pointer. Moves the crosshair pointer to the place in the document where you want the drawing to appear and then click and drag to create the drawing object. Then release the mouse button. The selected drawing function remains active. So you can draw another object of the same type. Okay. If you want to cancel the selected drawing function, press escape key or click select icon on the drawing toolbar. Okay. Next topic is setting the printer and printing. If you want to print your document, you have to choose file print option from the menu bar. Otherwise, press keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl+P. Otherwise, you have to click print file icon. Okay. If you are giving any one of these options, the print dialog box will appear on your screen. In that dialog box, you have to specify the number of pages that you want to print. And after that, click print button. Okay. So this is about find and replace, working with tables, enhancing and printing a document. Okay. I hope you understand. Thank you, students.